Hey everybody, welcome back to 5 and 25, episode 22, Philippians chapter 2. I'm down in the church kitchen where you don't see me very often, hanging out behind a sink washing dishes, because we've been called to have a certain attitude, and that attitude is a servant attitude. And when I think of a servant attitude, I think of the tons of people that I've seen down here in this fellowship hall serving other people and showing God's love through food. And it is an inspiring thing to see at different times. Now, a servant attitude, if we ever think that something's beneath us or we're too important to do certain jobs, Philippians chapter 2 is certainly a humbling passage because it says, take a look at Jesus. He's the example, and he was God, and yet he put on human flesh, and he even was willing to die for us. So that example is certainly convicting and also inspiring. So the big idea in this chapter is that we're called to have a servant attitude. Now, and just like this and other things that the Bible calls us to, I don't know if you've experienced this, but maybe you've tried it before. And you're like, okay, I'm really going to try hard to do this, or I'm really going to try to be the perfect example of Jesus, or live like him. And then we find that we fall short of the mark. So what do we do about that? Well, don't miss verse 13 in this chapter. Verse 13 says this. It says, it's God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. So God's actually alive, and he's at work in us, and he's going to do this. Now, if my car broke down, I could go out there with my tools and my non-expert expertise, and I could try to fix it, and I could try really hard and all that. But probably what I really need if my car breaks down is I need a professional mechanic. I need to call in somebody that has the skill and has the knowledge and knows what to do. And for us, we need a tune-up on our attitudes. We need a tune-up on our lives. But trying harder isn't going to solve the problem. We need a professional mechanic. We need God to come in and to work in us. And so, I'd encourage this kind of as a daily activity, is just to remind ourselves, God, I want to be like you. I want to have a servant mindset today. Will you come in and tune me up? I'm going to hand you the tools. I'll be the guy that gets the tools for you. But I need you to do this in my life. Now, there was question during this time about what do I do if I sin or I fall short of the mark? Because in the time when the Bible was written, people were offering sacrifices. They were sacrificing an animal to cover for their sin or for the forgiveness of sin. And the question came up, do we need to continue to offer sacrifices? What do I do when I sin? And that's what we're going to get into in our next episode. So I'll see you then. God bless.